Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. Give me a second. I can't hear myself. Testing, testing. All right, I can hear now. Um, actually, no, I can't. Testing, testing. All right, I can hear myself now. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. Don't mind around room. Sorry, I came in late. I was actually straightening up and folding my clothes up. Um, Today we got a great show actually today. What did the Pan Africans do wrong? What is the mistake that they have made? We're gonna jump into the topic. We'll talk for like 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes. Then we're gonna jump into the topic. So if anybody wanna call, shoot something in the chat and say, like, yo, I wanna jump on the panel. Um to start, definitely don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. But only way you can comment in the live chat if you are a subscriber. So subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And hold on a second. So definitely, if you're in the live, I mean, if you want to comment, jump into the live chat, and that's how you can. Hold on a second. Sorry, gotta hit the mute. So definitely, just subscribe, and definitely you can jump on the live stream. So definitely, and also I'll ask one more favor. Sorry, everybody, I have another favor. Share to 5 people. That's all I need y'all to do. Share to 5 people, and also give out donations. We do need donations for our fall. Damn, what we call it? Our fall's short film. I'm actually gonna be doing it in the fall instead of the summertime because I have a few outfits that I definitely want to wear for Brother Morningstar. I think it's gonna be perfect. The show's gonna be perfect. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. I will keep you up to date on this project that I do have. Just so much stuff. It's a Monday. On Mondays, it's all over the place. Give me a second. Right there. Slow it down. But yeah, let's see where we can start from. Uh, no, 1 second. So me, I don't have a problem with people being Pan African. My problem has always been with Pan African, and I said it multiple times. Pan Africanism doesn't do anything for Black America. Has it done? Has it? Probably not. And I'm not gonna kick Pan Africanisms back in because of that. But also, I have to be truthful. The truth is that they haven't done anything for Black America. What's going on, Ray? Ray, salute, salute. You know. Then when you ask them what have they done, they always give a symbolic message, and it comes off as it's antagonizing. You antagonizing people when you're doing a whole bunch for others. You know, like let's personally be honest. What is Pan Africanism doing for Africa? They're trying to get them more. They're trying to get more help from the other diaspora to build Africa. Then when we talk about what about Black Americans in our country? What about the Caribbeans in their country? What are we doing for them? you know. Then they say, oh, in the Caribbeans, oh, after we build Africa, we can help the Caribbean. What? Don't forget, most of these Caribbean countries that are majority black immigrants are poor. So what are you asking from them? I look at Pan Africanists the same way I look. He said, "Hold on, give me a second. I'm looking on a big screen, everybody. What's going on, Dorsey? Salute, salute. Uh, I look at Pan Africanists the same way I view the LGBTQ. As long as you don't involve me, I don't care what you do. Yeah, I agree with that. Ray Ray. Um, but I'm gonna add a little bit more content into it. You are right about that. But at the end of the day, they're always gonna mess with us. Not no, even though we're probably the minimum. We're the minorities of most African countries or continents or coast. Technically, yeah, there's 50 million of us. But we're talking about Caribbeans. How many Caribbeans? And this is including Haitians, Jamaicans, Trinidadians. I think we still got more of them, but at the end of the day, we still got to add the people who have immigrant backgrounds in America. So they got a decent number. Afro Latinos, they got a big majority number. Even though we have to be careful with the blackness in Latin communities and Latin culture, because at the end of the day, they're only black when it benefits them. It has always been like that. Let me see what the Caribbean countries sold out long ago. Yeah, the Black Maroon sold them out. You know, the Black Maroon sold them out. And I agree with that when you said that. Let's see. The dark skinned Caribbean people think they are better than us. Keep it. Yeah, I agree with that one too. I'm gonna add more content into that too. They do, and at the end of the day, it messes it up for the people. It messes it up for the people who are trying to just to live day by day. If they can help, they can help. Now we have to we have to be like, yo, hold on, what are you doing here? Where are you from? We have to do that now, and the reason why we have to do that is because, again, I've been saying it for the last damn near year and a half. They're not policing their people. They never police their people. They think, well, that's that man opinion, or that's that man did it. But when it comes to Black Americans, we're painted with a broad brush. That's all of us. And as I always said, that has always been a problem with me. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, that has always been a problem with me, and I told people, I was like, yeah, this is why I look at certain things the way I look at it. I look at it that way because it's. Let's personally be honest. What's going on, Fresh Always? Salute, salute. Let's personally be honest. They haven't been the most, you know, not even given, but the most um damn, what's the word? Not given, not supportive, but most welcoming people. Most of these people haven't been the most welcomest people. Um let's see. Bronze hair texture is the issue. Nappy versus wavy. Yeah, it could be. It could be Dorsey. I put it this way: knowing how this world is work, Anything can everything shouldn't be taken off the board. You know, I personally believe that. I don't think anything should be taken off the board, or it could be even hypotheticals. Like hypothetically, it could be a hair thing, a hair texture thing. You know, it's fourth quarter and FBA's is going 1-4 flat. The immigrants gonna have to get it off the board. Yeah. Um and like I said, I'm gonna add more to that too. It's entitlement. It's entitlement. Probably one or two immigrants probably helped us, or not even help, contribute. You know, contribute to what our cause is, and they're taking entitlement to it. Like, I know everybody like hypotheticals. Let's say uh Coakley what's it? Coakley Carmichael's has stayed on code, you know, and he just died. You know, immigrants that who ain't worth shit is gonna take credit of what Stokely Carmichael has done, knowing that his culture isn't like that. What he's preaching isn't like that. You see how they try to take credit for Malcolm X, and Malcolm X stayed on code. Has he done it in a different way that as most black Americans has done it? Yes. I absolutely agree. But at the end of the day, we can't act like, oh, yo, everybody's helping. Everybody, everybody's contributing. No, everybody is not contributing. Everybody's not contributing. So yeah. Let's see. Let's go to this one first. So yeah, it just it comes to the point now. Is like, yo, man, you know what? You're gonna have to show facts of what you're doing now. And niggas ain't trying to kick your back in, but at the end of the day, this is the wrongdoing of Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism is telling us like, yo, we're all African, we all come from the motherland, the skies is beautiful over there. But but they're not talking to the Africans who live over there. They're not tapped in to what's going on in Africa. Why the fuck do we have to wait until YouTube come out to see what these niggas is actually doing and saying? Why do we have to hear Africans say Africans and Caribbeans hiding behind flat blackness saying like, yo, black people are lazy? I'm black, but my family's from Costa Rica. Nigga, what? How you black? That's why I say a lot of this stuff is becoming a problem. This is why they got the reaction that they're getting out of black Americans. You know? You saw how they treated Rick Fox in Africa. No, I haven't seen it. And Rick Fox is Canadian. He's probably Caribbean. Rick Fox is probably Caribbean, but at the end of the day, this is still an example of how Africans treat people. You know? I didn't see it. I didn't see it, Dorsey, but yeah, I'm not surprised though. I'm gonna be personally. I'm not surprised how a lot of Africans treat people, especially Western. Easterns are not too bad, but Westerns is just off the hook. All that shit that's going on now in the western part, in the southern part of Africa, it's just tensions that just grew. Shit that you know Pan Africanism was lying about to us. Oh, there's unity in all Africa. Now it's only a percentage. Like, come on. It's coming to, like I said, it's coming to a point where this is why people push back on Pan Africans. This is why Pan Africans don't have a good relationship with the black community. They have never. It's yo, you do what I say. You know, you haven't even been through a decade of discrimination. How are you crying out for help? Yeah, Ray Ray, it's not even that. They haven't even fought back. They're not even trying to fight back. That's the crazy part. Like, why aren't you fighting back? Like, you know so much about Black America, and you know it's not even that we're violent, but at the end of the day, we revolt. We're notorious of revolting. We're notorious of, yo, shit ain't right. We're not fucking with it. But at the end of the day, like I said, for the last 30, 40 years, niggas was like, oh, yo, there's still black people going. No, those aren't black people. We're figuring out these people have different backgrounds. They coming from different places. That's why they're still supporting it. Then it makes us look like an asshole. And like, oh, yo, look and see black people going over there. This nigga got a crazy fucking accent. Yeah, that nigga ain't from here. He's African. Now when we say, oh, that he's African, he's not black American, there's a problem. And this is, like I said, this is Pan-Africanism at its best, and yet I'm gonna say this fresh as always. It's coming to that point. It's coming to that point that this is why I told people in South Africa, I say it's fucked up what they're doing, but at the end of the day, they're doing that shit for a reason. They're doing that shit for a reason. They're seeing the thing about it. We can't really say anything because these South Africans are seeing crimes from immigrants. They're seeing crimes from immigrants. And Pan Africanism isn't saying anything. They're not going to say, they're not saying, like, yo, we need to go down there and fix it. But when Fat Joe was talking crazy about black Americans and, oh, these broke niggas, oh, we need to have a city hall meeting. I'll be the mediator and we can talk about it. We don't hear that from Pan Africans. This is why I always say, yo, I have a, this is why a lot of people push back from Pan Africanism, but and at the end of the day, they don't want to fix it. They personally don't want to fix it. You know? They don't want to fix their problems. They just want to say, oh, well, you know what? It's not as bad as you see. You know? The white supremacist has been doing that. I remember at a time when white people used to say, yo, slavery wasn't that bad. We civilized them. Nigga, how you civilize somebody when you're a fucking savage? Are you serious? Bronze America does not have a caste system, but the rest of the world is based on tribalism and caste system. Yeah, it is. I can agree to that. We might joke around with like, oh yeah, use a little white boy because you're a light brown nigga. But at the end of the day, we will always support you. We will always defend you. And it comes to that type of point. Like I said, that's the problem with Pan Africanism. You know, and the thing about it, as much as I wanted Pan Africanism to work, it just doesn't work. It's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream. And I know niggas is mad that I say shit like that, but like, come on, let's personally be honest. What has Pan Africanism ever gave Black Americans that? And I'm talking about tangibles as what they're trying to give Africans. Like we can everything. I'm gonna say this: everything that Black Americans are saying, it's not like we don't see it. It's not like we don't see it. You know. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Yeah, it's not like we don't see what the fuck is going on. You know, it has always been like that. It has always people always felt that type of way about Pan Africanism. Do we hate Pan Africanism? I don't. It doesn't work. You know, why does Black Americans have to be the only ones telling you that the shit doesn't work? You know, and I'm gonna say that. Look at all these freaky niggas is doing. All these freaky ass Pan Africans are doing. From Nature Boy to Dr. York towards Dr. fucking was it Brother Polite? Dr. Umar scamming out here slutting out black women and taking money from them. Like come on, we can't do that. Then when a chick calls you out, you're mad. You can't be mad at the shit that you did, nigga. Like, come on, it's. And I'm sorry, everybody. I'm not reading right now. I'm just trying to fix something for y'all. But yeah, it's we can't get mad about shit like that. I'm gonna be personally honest. As I said, I think we're doing the right thing, and that's worrying about ourselves. We have to worry about ourselves. We have to, and I think, and I'm gonna say this. I just think Pan Africanism turned into and this is just me. It turned into a new Democratic Party for Black people. I'm just being personally honest. South America is different. It's about racism. Yeah, because you know why it's about racism, Dorsey? It's because they let all those Europeans into them Europe Latin countries for free. They gave them free citizenship and everything. I'm just being personally honest. That's what they did. A lot of these Latin countries did that shit. It's just not only Argentina. A lot of these people try to erase black people or Africans, and this is why I always tell people all the time I do support Africa, but at the end of the day, I do call out the bullshit. Do I make jokes? Yes, I make jokes because I'm a black American. Black Americans make jokes and shit like that. And I apologize if, well, I don't apologize. Eat a dick, nigga. But, if I hurt your feelings, I apologize for that. It wasn't meant to like be, dehumanizing it if you took it that way. Because I can't tell you how to take anything. Pause. But yeah, let me tell you something. If you take offensive of it, just stay away from black people. Most of us is like this. You know. Give me a second. Like most of us make jokes. Most of us like we have a good time and shit like that. If you're that type of person that don't like to have a good time, fucking get the fuck out. Just leave them alone. You know. Let's see. The problem with California is we have so many cultures. The race for resources and land is almost fair. Um, Boston is like that too, but it's just like most of us from the South that are Black American, and we don't really fuck with people like that. Or no, let me say this: we're more given because of the country roots and shit like that. Our country roots is like that, but a lot of us is stopping that shit and thanks to some of the old school niggas that was saying, yeah, leave them niggas alone. Leave them niggas alone. You know? America does have a caste system and you niggas are at the bottom. That's not a caste system. The fuck he I mean, you didn't even think you FBA nigga. You FBA niggas. We don't give a fuck about white people. Y'all the niggas that only care. Y'all the motherfuckers that only care about white people and what white people do. Then y'all try to pass that shit on. We don't give a fuck about them. If you do something to us, we're gonna talk about it. You do some fuckery shit, we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, of course. This is the internet game. Like Black Snow Bunny King. Why you act like you don't know that? This is the internet game. This is what we do. Like if you don't like it, just stay off the internet. Read a book, nigga. You know? Um, who believes in a white man? A lot. The Caribbeans believe in everything about white folks, white folk. And the thing about it is, you got to understand, a lot of these immigrants are scared of white people. You know. Give me a second. I gotta fix this camera. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a lot of these white people are scared of. I mean, a lot of these immigrants are scared of white folks. you know. And this is why I tell y'all I give a lot of respect to these Africans are in certain European countries that get busy out here. They get busy out here like the Congolese. Them niggas get busy out here, but not in America. They get busy out here in Europe. They are Let me tell you something. If I'm gonna say this, if I want to say anybody is black, I would have to say them French Africans are. Them niggas didn't ask for no help. They took over like black people. They got niggas out the paint. You know, they were giving people, and even some of these people in Spain and in Greece and shit like that, they get busy out here. And I'm talking about niggas who's already been in a generation for like 3, 4 generations in America. And I'm talking about from the 80s and the 70s. They've been getting busy out here. They adapt to the culture and they got busy. And they added on to the culture. Now let's ask this question. In America, what type of immigrants that added on to the culture? And we're not going to talk about, oh yeah, your foods and shit. We're talking about adding on to the American culture. There's not that many. There's some, but there's not that many. In France, we can say that. In England, we can say that. In Belgium, Germany, Greece, we can say that these people added on collectively. Even the Beninese people, cuisines. That's technically a French dish, but they added on to that culture. And I'm not trying to shit on anybody who's from this country that are an immigrant, but at the end of the day, we have to talk about this. You're always trying to compete with Africans from other countries and Africans and Black Americans. You know, foundational Black America. You can't compete with us. We built this whole fucking country. We built a power structure. And at the end of the day, deep in your heart, you know that, like, yo, you know what? They could have built that shit in Africa. If these niggas is from Africa. Like, if these niggas was living in Africa 400 or 500 years ago. That's all I'm saying. They probably could. America probably would have been still using tiki torches to see all around the fucking room. You know? Let me see. Instead of foundational Black Americans, because you're different from the white Americans, the real Americans. Those aren't real Americans. Because you can't. Personally, I'm gonna say this. I don't think a lot of white Europeans built anything. They just took credit from black people. I'm gonna be personally honest. That's what happened. Mm, let's see how stupid you. He said, "Let's see how stupid you." Shout out to Ray Ray. But yeah, it comes to a point. We have plenty of cheap land in California, but people don't want to develop it. Central Valley, California is nice. Ooh, like also too, y'all got a home invasion problem in fucking California, Dorsey. I'm gonna be personally honest. Most niggas died in home. Most niggas who are not from California, they die from home invasions. So y'all got a home invasion and extortion problem. You know, so y'all there with the Africans. Y'all extorting niggas. A nigga can't look at the beautiful state of California because y'all fuck it up for. I gotta be personally honest, Dorsey. California is beautiful. Y'all got the palm trees, you got the women, you got the beaches, but you got extortion and home invasions. That's the last thing I want to go into after I just left the projects, nigga. I'm gonna be personally honest. But shout out to California, man. Y'all do have some beautiful places there. Um, y'all do got a Mexican problem there too. The racist Mexicans. And I have been saying that for the illest minute. people got mad at me. They were saying, "Oh, that's xenophobic. You're divisive," and I was like, "These niggas don't like us. I don't know why y'all trying to, befriend these niggas. These niggas think they're white half the time, So yeah. Let's see. Oh, just you just deep joining the white man. He probably is. That nigga's doing some Division 1 dick sucking. I'm gonna tell you that, Ray Ray. Fucking Snow Bunny King, yeah, he did some Division 1 dick sucking for white people. It's crazy. And it's foul to say that, but Snow Bunny King, you got to stop that shit. I know you like white women. Ain't nothing wrong with you dating a few snow bunnies, my nigga. But like, damn, my nigga, you taking on their fucking ideology. Sooner or later, you gonna be in these feminism marches and stuff. Talk about these bitches as oppressed. I'm just, I'm just being personally honest. Shout out to the beautiful women, but yeah, y'all niggas be wilding out with this feminism and shit. And I always tell people all the time, I think feminist is a extreme female organization or movement. It's extreme. Yeah. I don't care what anybody said. It's extremist. All y'all niggas is extremists out here. This is how I feel. Anytime you add an ist into something like racist, bias, tribalist, it's extremist. Y'all extremists. That's why Africans don't like. So yeah, you're tribalistic. They understand that. Yeah, you know. The Civil War, you were classified as a slave, roughest to the car. But Snow Bunny King, you was from Jamaica. You was out there getting butt fucked by like 3 or 4 niggas. So it's white boys too. White boy was slinging dick in you niggas. So it's y'all niggas didn't even fight back. Your own people sold you out. The black maroons that y'all always talk about, yeah, them niggas sold you out. Those were your slave catchers. Like, let's be personally honest. You know, I'd rather be a slave than some white man sex toy. This is why a lot of your women, your Jamaican women have white fetishes. They was like, damn, why you fucking my husband? You should be fucking me. This is what the the Jamaican women been saying. The Caribbean women, fuck me, nigga. Yeah. Why you think your Candace Owens goes out with white men? It's a cultural thing. That shit has always been cultural. You know? Uh and Africans too. Why you think they so comfortable just throwing pussy to white men? Them niggas be ugly as fuck. They don't get the best white man. Only ones that do probably get the best white man is the Philippines or the Bangkok chicks. And and I'm gonna be personally honest. Half of them bitches don't even be cute. Half of them bitches don't be even cute. You can tell Bronze was getting around. Oh, watch a turkey shoot buck burger. I honestly, actually, Black Snow Bunny King. I actually never seen buck breaking. I heard of it. I was like, yo, I'm interested on seeing shit like that, like what's going on, how this shit was happening, how this shit was organized. Because it could be a great topic, and this is when I wasn't doing podcasting. I was like, yo, this is what they've been doing to people and stuff like that, butt breaking. Yeah, like there's a little like, don't get me wrong, Black Snow Bunny King. There was some butt breaking going down here like that, but it wasn't as much because a lot of these people were Christians, so they couldn't do that homosexuality shit. They was trying to put that shit under God. Yeah, all jokes, and it's crazy. I'm gonna give 5 more minutes and we're gonna start the show. Carter was the wonder fabricant and it's time. You're only usable in flags. Oh yeah, I didn't know that, Dorsey. Um, I told y'all he was a dumbass. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't take Snow Bunny King. Let me tell you something. That nigga could have been that nigga should have had. Let me tell you something. If Snow Bunny King had honors in college, deans of, what was it? A honorable fucking graduate. I still wouldn't trust that nigga. Black Snowbunny King is so fucking mind fucked and butt broke. It's crazy. And I'm not even talking sexually. Like, yo, because you got to understand too, Black Snowbunny King. When you say butt breaking, you don't have to be fucked to be butt broke. You can be violent. You could be physically abused, where it just breaks you into submission. That's all only butt breaking means. It's just, yo, they broke you into submission. That's it. Like, that's how I take it. I don't take it as, oh yeah, niggas is just be fucking you. That's what they did in Jamaica. Yeah, they were fucking y'all. Was it three niggas at a time? Yo, it was crazy. Snow Bunny King. I actually, and also too, Snow Bunny King. I did a show on that in Jamaica, butt breaking in Jamaica. You should watch it. I don't think it's too long. I think it's like 2.5, maybe 3 hours. It was a great one. Definitely email me. I will send you the link to that one. It was a good one. Uh, I'm gonna say this. I learned a lot about what was going on in Jamaica, and I also felt bad for y'all niggas because at the end of the day, y'all still haven't recovered from all that trauma that y'all have in Jamaica with white people. Yes, I will say that. And this is why I'm gonna say this, Snow Bunny King. This is why you love white people. Maybe your mother and your father was telling you, yo, you better respect that white man. You better smile when you see that white man. You know, like I'm gonna be personally honest too. Snow Bunny King, for years I had a lot of animosity against white people. Even when I forgave them, it always had to be one or two white folks to do some fucked up shit to show, like, okay, yeah, this shit still exists. When I did try to give people a chance, this is why I look at things collectively. I don't do hypotheticals, you know? And it's different even on my show. And the reason why I said actually no, let me take that back. I don't do things collectively, but when I know a lot of these people do this, I observe the person. One by one, I observe the person. I'm not gonna be like, oh yo, that nigga's racist. That nigga's this, that, but I will take cautiousness of it when I do see them. If I don't know you, I have to. First of all, historically, they have always done this. Even in my life, they have done shit like this. They were biased against me. They gave me a hard time for no reason. They're passive aggressive. Yes. Like, come on, I used to work with passive aggressive people. Then when you talk crazy to them, and I'm not talking about, acting crazy, but when you're aggressive with them, they stop the shit. And the reason why they stop this shit because they know the shit can go left. What I do is a warning shot. What I do is a warning shot. Cause I could do the same shit too. I'll go to fucking. Let me tell you something. If y'all niggas was smart, y'all should go to headquarters and be like, "Yo, these people are aggressive. That person is aggressive over there." And like every time I say something, he target me. All you got to use is those words. Target me. He harasses me. Oh yeah, they'll stop. They'll stop real fast. They'll stop real fast because you know what? The reason why, because you're giving, as I always tell people all the time, a lot of white supremacists, that just historically, white people has never worked together without like a black enemy or a black common denominator. I have always said that. It, and I'm not trying to shit on nobody. It's just historically they have never. Even coming into this world, coming into America, North America, they have never worked good together. The reason why they were working good together because they were trying to get us the fuck out of here. They were trying to kill us. They were trying to sexually violate us. That's why. And I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is historical facts. The George Washingtons, the Christopher Columbus, the Andrew Jacksons, these sex freaks. These are historical fucking Jeffrey Weinsteins. So like, what do you? I'm not gonna say, oh, cause he's the first fucking president. I'm not gonna tell the truth. The nigga was a freak. You don't think he was on these long trips fucking men? I'm gonna be personally honest. George Washington. Let me ask you a question. If George Washington was here now, do you think he'll be a Democrat or a Republican? Personally, I would think he would be a Democrat because he can get all the pussy he want to get freely, and people will vote for him because the LGBTQIA community gives you a little bit more points. First of all, you got the white community, then you got the LGBTQIA community. Like, come on. Then you got the Democrats, the liberals, niggas who be hugging trees and shit. These conservatives, these down low conservatives ain't gonna vote for you. It's like, nigga, you should been doing that shit in the dark. Fuck that shit. That nigga Christopher Columbus would have been like, I am free. uh Miss Ramirez, you're not racist. Nah, you're not racist, Miss Ramirez. But I would say this historically, the LULAC, the Mexicans that are good to Black Americans and everybody else who just wants to live a lavish life, they fucked it up for y'all in the 1930s. LULAC, the what was it, the Latin American, it was a caucus. It's like the Black Caucus party. LULAC is another one. This dude, as I always talk about him, Felix. I think his name is. I always fuck up his last name. It's Tijuana or some shit like that. He fucked it up for all of y'all, and the reason why is because he wanted to be white. He wanted to fit into the white community and stuff. You know, yeah, niggas be on that bullshit, Miss Ramirez. Yeah, niggas be on that bullshit. So it's I'm gonna say this, Miss Ramirez, living in Massachusetts for 30 something years because I have lived other places. Uh, Boston is fucking systematically racist. From the blacks to, I mean, from the whites to the, and I'm when I say whites, I mean like the Irish and the even the English to the Latin to the Asians. You know, I remember I went down to Chinatown. I wanted me some duck. Was it some duck, rice, and some butt choy? You know, this motherfucker. When I went down there, they gave me this little ass piece of duck. I know it was. I know it was a cheap dish. I mean, cheap combo plate. But when I had my boy order it at work, she gave this motherfucker a big piece because my boy is whiter than white. So I had a big ass piece. I almost had a 30-piece or almost had a 30-piece size, $30 size of duck. You know, so yeah, that duck, yo. If you ever had duck, Miss Ramirez, that shit is bomb. You know. Let me see. Dorsey said Burlington has historically significance. Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire. I didn't know that. Burlington, like Burlington, Massachusetts, or Burlington, Vermont. There's two Burlingtons that I know. If you're talking about Burlington, Massachusetts, I'm not surprised. Say no, sir. I advocating for your deportation. Yo, Ray is funny. No, not this nigga. Black Snow Bunny King Slay. Yeah, he's a that nigga is a coconut slave. You know, that nigga was picking coconuts off of the trees for the Brits when he was in Jamaica. So yeah, they fear white women more. Yeah, I think so too. Dorsey, they fear white women. I think they I think this is why I said I feel like the feminist group is it's an extremist movement. It's an extremist movement because they do too much, you know. Then they always throw Martin Luther King in there, like they were riding out for Martin Luther King. Those are the ones that was talking crazy about Martin Luther King, giving a white man the information saying that, oh yeah, Martin Luther King was out here fucking white women. It's he probably was, but at the end of the day, that should have stayed behind closed doors instead of trying to destroy that man's fucking career. Real talk. A lot of shit was behind closed doors, like the like the George Washington, him fucking men. George Washington, yeah, like he liked the buck fuck, man. What? Pff, especially the natives. Oh yeah, I never seen a fucking Indian like this. Talk about hey yeah, hey yeah. Shit and buck is like yeah, niggas is wild today. But yeah, yeah, avocation will fall on deaf ears. How do you know? You're not even American. Blacks nobody. You're not even American, bro. Let's say, hey, dumbass, the Supreme Court's already ruled you. Yeah, y'all niggas is wilding out here. Give me 5 more minutes and we're gonna start the show, everybody. The white man ran a household. Facts. That is true, Dorsey. Maybe you're just too dumb to know what the realistic. Yeah, you're right. I don't think it's. I'm gonna say this right away. I don't think he. I don't think he knows either. Oh, jokes aside, I don't think he knows, and he's just talking to be talking right now. Dorsey, let's see. Not you sick, we sick, and the nigga will lie and say his tummy hurts. Is it so busy glazing FBAs you don't even know the yeah he doesn't yeah that man doesn't even know Dorsey. I mean Snow Bunny King, he don't even know. I'm gonna be personally, I don't think he knows. Then you getting your cat yo Black Snow Bunny King, you getting your bussy kicked in today, man. What's going on today? Exclusive. What do blacks only are blacks allowed to? I'm gonna be personally honest, Snow Bunny King. If you're not doing anything with finance or like stocks and bonds or shit like that, I don't think you can own anything in any country. Because I think they'll be able to take it if the country's not a corporation like America. America's a corporation. It's not a country. I have been telling y'all this for a very long time. This is why you can own stuff in America, Black Snow Bunny King, and not be a citizen. Because it's a corporation. It's about money in this country. Let me tell you, Black Snow Bunny King, why you hating on them niggas in France? Why you hate on your own people, man? Even them Jamaicans is living lovely out there in France. The Jamaicans and the Africans. Let me tell you something. It smells in it smells in France and it stinks. But I will go down there in France just to support those folks because at the end of the day, they're fighting. They're doing what we're doing here. It just we don't have no sucker niggas like you in the country just disrupting everything. You know that's why. And the thing about this is why I love niggas in France because they're the most smartest people ever. When you see them at boxing matches, mixed martial arts, and they're fighting, what do they do? What flag do they hold? They don't hold their country's flag. They don't hold their tribalistic flag. They hold that France flag. They hold that British flag. They hold that Germany flag. Like this is why I respect Greek Freak so much because he holds up the Greece flag. He don't hold up his niggas don't even know what part of Africa this nigga's from. Victor was a Vamaventu. That nigga's from France. We niggas would have never knew that this nigga's what? I think he's like Nigerian or some shit like that. Niggas would have never knew that. They hold up their country's flag. They play the game. They play the game. Joel Embiid, he's the only one I believe that does it. He won a U.S. fucking Olympic. He won gold for the U.S. Olympic team. You never see him holding up a fucking African flag, and he's from Cameroon. Only reason why we know he's from Cameroon because he holds the fucking flag up. I mean, because he told us he was from Cameroon. Tim Duncan, he's from the Virgin Islands. He held up that American flag. No, let me tell y'all something. No matter what y'all think about, no matter what y'all think about America and all these other countries, these people are adding on to the country. No matter how you feel or think about it. This is why I have a lot of respect for a lot of these folks out here because you gotta understand, and this is why, yo, I'm gonna be personally. I'm so proud of these French Africans. I'm so proud of them. And it might not mean anything to them, but at the end of the day, look at the shit that they're doing. They're fighting to stay in that country. Like, nigga, we're French. We're Frenchmen too. We're Frenchies too. Got the blue, white, and red flag up in the air, waving it. Talk about, yo, you can't take us out of our country. It's so bad that y'all niggas is entitled to this country. Y'all think y'all entitled to this country. You think you can anchor your baby just like Nicki Minaj did? She's an illegal immigrant too. She anchored her baby over here too. The fuck? Let's personally be honest. That bitch anchored her baby over here. Niggas is crazy. If I build a house, do I give credit to my? The fuck are you talking? See, this is why I say y'all niggas is stupid, man. Yo, college made you stupid on Black Snow Bunny King. I'm gonna be personally honest. College made you fucking stupid. You're like damn near a Pex Dex, you know? Dorsey call Dorsey's wild. My man say, yo, Miss Ramirez say, yo, Dorsey think I'm a racist Mexican. Dorsey be out here wilding, yeah. You could tell Rosary Boy was getting around watching. Oh, I already read that. Right there. I guarantee you over here. That. Give me a second. Give me a second, everybody. I apologize. Yeah. My baby mama was like, "What do I want to do for my birthday?" My birthday's Friday, so yeah. I was like, I don't know. Leave his own lives, like fucking ant. Is an FBA booking niggas. ATL is the homosexual capital. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be honest about Atlanta. Most of those niggas who are gay in Atlanta, they're not from Atlanta. They just moved to Atlanta, and there's nothing wrong with them being gay. It's just they just moved to Atlanta. I will make it short. Give me 1 second. Actually, Yeah, Dorsey, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. Yeah, you can yeah, you could tap in because I'm about to start the show. Yeah, tap in for 5 minutes and I gotta go. Give me a second. Let me open up the floodgates. All right, it's open. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Browns remember these people of Jamaica have infinite. Oh shit. Yo, niggas is wild. That's all they talk about was Jamaicans and Puerto Rican say the boat with the bullshit. Yeah, oh, internet's talking crazy. No, he came from. Yo, I love my audience. I love all y'all niggas from the Pan Africans to the white supremacists, the FBA families, niggas who think different, immigrants. Y'all niggas, yo, y'all be making my day. Y'all be making me laugh. This is why when y'all just pop up, even new people, when y'all just pop up and just start talking and stuff like that, showing to me it's showing love, man. Because I be looking at my chats and everything. Sometimes I just, I got time to talk shit for a little bit, and I'll talk shit to you. Oh, no, no. What's going on, Dorsey? I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Thank you. I appreciate it. Go on, go on, go on. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh shit. Mm. Yeah, I heard about that. I was heard about that. That's why they were saying that was it AIDS came from the three H's. One was homophobic or some shit like that in Haiti, and I forgot the last one. Like her go mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I thought no one let me tell you what I thought it was from because somebody told me it was from New York. Yep. Mm-hmm. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Philly Yardy. Tim Duncan is a good example because Tim Duncan is from the Virgin Island. Yes, it is a territory, but they do have their own ethnicity to a certain extent. I don't think personally, I don't think the Virgin Islands will be able to get reparations. Go on, Dorsey. Hey, I'll be right back. Go on. Hey, yo, get busy. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm gonna also. Mm, mm. Hold on. Hold on one sec. Hold on one second. Shabaka. Shabaka. Hold on one second. Hey, yo, Shabaka. Mm, mm, mm. And hold on one second. Yeah, and Shabaka. No, no. I told him to hold on. Hey, Shabaka. Yeah, my son is foundational Black American because he came through my semen. That's my semen. His mama is Asian, but he's a Black American. He's raised by my lineage. You know, do they know their mamas somewhat, but they know my lineage more because they're with me more. So yeah, I answered your question. And Philly Yardy, shout out to you. That was a good question. I answered your question, Shabaka. I just answered your question. Jesus Christ. I just answered your question. But give me a second. I wanted to ask Dorsey a question. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no! Yo, Dorsey, what happened to your phone? But yeah, hold on. Did I hit the wrong number? Yeah, I hit the wrong number. Oh, okay. That was homie's number. Hey, yo, son, I needed to ask you a question. The Pan Africans, what do you think went wrong with them? Hmm. What do you mean? Mm. Hold on one sec. Yeah. Are you talking about? Are you talking about? What's that nigga's name? Oh, Abraham. But the thing about it, somebody already had tried to do that. It's just he's just getting credit for it because nobody else knows. You know. So I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this. It wasn't a It wasn't even an African that did that. It was an Arab African. His name was Gaddafi. Gaddafi did it first. And now everybody's following after 20 years after he's dead. 10 well 15, 20 years after he's dead. They should have been going. Mm, mm. Mhm. Or the or the government or the government. It's always the government. It's always government. Mhm. Yeah. Hold on one. Hold on. Gaddafi, hold on. Gaddafi's Arab, right? Gaddafi's Arab, right? Oh, Philly Yardi. Gaddafi was a white man. Yeah, he was a white man. So a white man helped you out. You're welcome. Mm. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, he was giving out billions to people. Like he wasn't just giving out regular money. Yep, they seen that as a threat. Yeah, fuck no. They didn't want to. It would have. Mhm. They would have had to. They would have had to. They would have had to They would have had to fix the economy. They would have had to fix the currency, the way how people use their currencies. Africa would have. I mean, the Western Europeans would have had to use would have to fix how they use the currencies with Africa because Africa uses European currencies. No. Mm, yeah. Mm, Damn. Hmm. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it would have been bigger than America. That shit would have been bigger than America because yo, it wouldn't have been priceless for them to get resources because they got their resources. Yeah. Hey yo, I'm gonna ask you one more question. It's gonna be a quick question. Do you think Abraham has the same power as Gaddafi? Do you think he's um probably like 10, 15 years? I don't think that long because uh, we didn't have the resources to know actually what was really going on in Africa. Now we have the resources. This is why I think, and also I'm gonna say this: I think Abraham is just a puppet. I'm gonna be personally honest. I think he's a puppet. I think he's just trying to gain sympathy for Africa, and I don't think Africa is gonna support him or protect him if anything actually really goes down. They're just gonna watch it down. Hmm. Yeah, you're right. Mm. What is it? What was it? Mali? I think it was Mali and somebody else. Niger, I think. Mm. That's true. Hmm. Facts. Because at the end of the day, because they will have to protect you more because you have the resources. They're not gonna let anything happen. If they let anything happens to them, if anything happens to you, it's gonna affect them, and they know that. Hmm. Facts. 2 more minutes, Dorsey. 2 more minutes. Hmm. Mm. It's true. It's crazy. Mm. Oh yeah. Hold, hold on one second. I know he's trying, but at the end of the day, if he has no support, Philly Yachty, it just doesn't. It's a death that it's gonna be a death that goes in vain. Because it's because Africa's not supporting him like that. That it's like this. You're from Jamaica. If people around you ain't supporting what you're fighting for all these for all the Caribbean country, it's useless. You're gonna die. You know that it's. I'm not saying it's wrong, or but we don't give championships to people who try. You know, I'm just being personally honest. This is life. This is life and death. Yeah, go on. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this question. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Where is Pan Africanism? Mm, yeah, and Congo been through a lot of wars. They've been through a lot of wars. Shit. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. True. Mm-hmm. Did they pay you? Oh no, you say she showed you a whole bunch of tricks. Oh oh oh. Oh, okay. Oh man. Mm. No, I feel you. I feel you. Mm. Mm. Thank you, Dorsey. You what? Oh, I was a paramour. I was that's different. That's a contract. That's a contract job. Yeah, it's a job. It's a job. It's a job, Dorsey. It's a job. It's a job. A job is a job. I do. Dorsey, I do a good job. Yeah, Dorsey, it's a job. You're supposed to do the best job that you can. And I do great jobs. I do a great job, Dorsey. I do a great job. Yeah. Hold on, hold on, hold on. So you judging me? You judging me for doing my job? That's what you told me, and not being lazy. This is why I always. This is why I always tell Africans, black people are lazy. I'm not lazy. Selling dick. Selling. And, I'm, and, hold on, hold on, hold on. And my director was mad at me because I took damn near the whole week off this week. So Yeah. 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 I'm gonna tell somebody if y'all really want to know how the world works or how I really think, read Niccolo Machiavelli. The Prince. Read that book, The Prince. He said, yeah. That's why I remember I asked you a question, what's the difference between animals and humans? That's Niccolo Machiavelli. Yeah. Yeah. Gaddafi is with a G, not a Q. Nigga called him Quadafi. Quadafi. Shout out to Shabaka. I'll answer your question in a second, Shabaka. Go on. Mm-hmm. No. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. And now look at I'm gonna say this now. Look at the country now. They're enslaving Africans in that country of where Gaddafi lives at. Liberia. Yeah. Y'all niggas are slaves. Mm-hmm. 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 That nigga was about to send billion. That nigga was about to send what's his name? Your fellow immigrant. I mean, y'all fellow immigrant fucking honorable Louis Farrakhan some money. He was gonna send him billions of dollars. You know. Mhm. Mm, mm. Who Gaddafi? Who- Oh, El Khan. Mm. Yeah, Gaddafi was actually for the people. Mm, mm, mm. Hey, Dorsey, I gotta go. I gotta go, Dorsey, and I'm gonna say that. Hold on, I'm gonna say this last thing too. To Shabaka and Black Snow Bunny King. You saying my kids are tethers? Like, Well, you have to be a sellout to be a tether. First of all, second of all, I'll use example. Malcolm X, he's a black man. Nipsey, black man. Who else was Wilt Chamberlain, he's half Trinidadian. That's a black man because of his mama. You have to have one black American parent. Malcolm X, as y'all glaze and dick suck for fucking the last 2 years on my show, that's a black man. So that answers your question, Shabaka. But Tariq's no, but Tariq's word, even if it wasn't Tariq's word, it in what you're doing is lying against Shabaka. Tariq Tariq Nasheed's baby mother's half white because of the mother, but her father's from the south. That's a black man. I had to answer his question. With his Obama phone. Talk about I hung up on him. Nigga, I didn't hang up on you. You got the Obama phone with no Wi-Fi, man. Come on, don't do that to me, Shabaka. Hold on. Hold on. He was running. He was running. Dorsey. He was running. Why you running, Dorsey? Why you running, Shabaka? Why you running, Shabaka? Uh, why you running, Shabaka? Mm, yeah, yeah. That's why I said I felt bad for y'all. See, I had sympathy for y'all, but people like Dorsey ain't gonna have sympathy for. Mm. Oh, y'all was getting fucked up, man. Oh, okay. Mm, mm. Mm. But thank you, Dorsey. I gotta flex. I gotta finish the show. I gotta feel. I gotta. Mm, 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 mm. That's crazy. Thank you, Dorsey. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get to the show. I got some three good videos. It's gonna be a short show, so don't worry. Uh oh yeah. Why you think I do everything? Why you think my hands is basically into everything. Media, short film and producing, um journalism. Yeah, I'm into a lot of stuff. That's my past life, man. How you gonna throw that in my face? Damn, you do what you just did to Jamaicans. Talk about the blackjack pharaohs all in your cheeks and stuff. Jesus Christ. They got that nigga on his stomach. Oh shit, your boy Be Active is in the live chat. Let's see what this nigga's talking. Oh, he's still talking that Afro Latino shit. Nigga, you white. Be Active. You're white Hispanic. You're not even a real Latino, my nigga. You're white Hispanic. Let's not do that. Yeah, yeah. Yo, Why is he even complaining? He's a territory. Yeah. You're be, be be active. You're American property. That's what you are. You're American property. Oh man, I would have never said that. I'm not gonna I like Puerto Rico. I wouldn't go to Puerto Rico, but I do like Puerto Rico. I say, yeah, yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, I don't know why y'all niggas voted him for him twice. Mhm. Mhm. And the Puerto Ricans don't give a fuck because they're not immigrants. Because don't forget, again, like I said, they're American property. Yeah, just like the Virgin Islands. Like the Virgin Islands is technically American territory, so some of those people from the Virgin Islands can come there, but not all of them, because not all of that shit is American. That shit, some of that shit is British territory. I think Saint Vincent is British territory, but they're like that close. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I gotta go, Dorsey. Thank you, man. All right, I'm a thank you, man. I appreciate it. Everybody, that was Dorsey. Everybody, shout out to Dorsey. Dorsey out here doing his thing. I appreciate Dorsey. Dorsey be doing his thing. And like I said, I appreciate all of y'all, even the Pan Africans and the Tethers and the Latinos and the white supremacists and the white folks. I appreciate all of y'all. And don't think I'm being sentimental because my birthday coming up. I'm always like this. Um, I always thank y'all. I always appreciate y'all because at the end of the day, y'all could be doing something else. And shout out to Yachty too. Thank you, Yachty, man. Yo, you out here getting busy, man. You should. You put. I'm gonna say this, Yachty. You putting down for the Jamaicans, and Jamaica should be proud of you, man. Philly Yachty vibe. Jamaica's proud of. I must say this. Jamaica should be proud of you because you know what? You're holding Jamaica down, man. There's not a lot of y'all out here like that no more, Yachty. So again, shout out to you. You two be active. You be nah, not really. You be on that Hispanic shit. So I'm gonna be personally honest. You be on that Hispanic shit, and I think you need to support Puerto Rico a little bit more than trying to get a fucking unity rally going on. That's just my thought. But if you don't, I still support you, my nigga. But I think you need to support I think you need to support your people a little bit more because this black unity shit that you want is not gonna happen, and I told you why it's not gonna happen. No, no, real talk. Philly Yachty. Shout out to Jamaica. I know we make jokes and shit like that, but at the end of the day, Black Americans always will support you. Even though it's tough times right now, Black Americans just need to get the shit to we trying to get our shit together. We can't get our shit. We can't be trying to get our shit together than other people's shit together. So it's like I always tell people it's not no shot or no disrespect. It's just we need to get our shit together, and we can't get it with the Pan Africans. We can't get it with the Africans or Caribbeans. We have to get it together. So I'm just being personally honest, Philly Yachty. It's no hatred. It has never been hatred. It's just Black Americans need to worry about their self first before we worried about anything else. We need to all put all our shit together and get through it together. No, it just doesn't work. And I'm just being realistic about it. So shout out to Jamaica. I hope y'all get y'all shit together as well as us. But as I say, I can see y'all doing y'all thing as well. So shout out to Jamaica again. Um, let's get into this show about Pan Africans. It's gonna be a quick show, everybody. I got 3 videos. I wasn't gonna go all crazy today. I wanted to start off the week a little bit slow. Then Tuesday we're gonna get busy because Tuesday we're talking about Pan African in the sex code era. Like let's personally be honest. A lot of these people who are freaky ass black people are Pan Africans. or has some Pan African ideology or ideas. So that's why I call it an ideology. But let's start the show, everybody. Wrong one.
What are the challenges facing Pan Africanism in the 21st century? If you're curious about the obstacles that Pan Africanism is facing today, you're not alone. Let's break down the key challenges that this movement is encountering in the 21st century. One of the major issues is the lack of strong, credible leaders who embody the Pan African ideology. Unlike in the past, when figures like Kwame Nkrumah and Julius Nyerere led the charge, today's African leaders often seem disconnected from the people and the core principles of Pan Africanism.
I think that's true too. I think, and this is why I say I think. Who's Cheryl? I'll call back. I think this is where things are messed up too. It's to me. This is why I say it's messed up. Just hear me out. I think Stokely Carmichael fucked up when he ran off to Africa and didn't help Black Americans and even some immigrants that were in this country. I think it showed a lack of loyalty towards the Black diaspora. You know, basically you kind of contribute. I don't think you really did as much as people are giving you credit for, but um give me a second. Um That's just me. I don't think. I think it was fucked up that if Stokely Carmichael it was for the Black diaspora, I think he should have stayed in America. I don't think he should have just ran off to Africa because at the end of the day, he didn't build anything in Africa. He didn't build no relationships. He didn't build no type of anything. It's Gaddafi with a G, not Qua. Gaddafi, GA. Not QU, not QU. That is a name. Gaddafi is a name, but his name was Gaddafi. Um, but yeah, I think that was a problem with Cornell. I said Cornell. I'm thinking about a Cornell official. With Stokely Carmichael or Kwame Terrain or whatever the nigga's name was. I think it was fucked up, and that's why I think a lot. I think that's where the lack of loyalty came in for Black Americans with Pan Africanism. Don't forget, Stokely, I think died in the was it 90s or early 2000s. I forgot when did Stokely Carmichael. Shabaka, when did Stokely Carmichael die? You know, I think that fucked it up. And at the end of the day, I feel like even the Caribbean should have respect for Pan Africanism because at the end of the day, y'all are in America, but he left and we're in Africa. He didn't build no relationships that basically contribute to what's going on in America. So that's where I feel like, okay, you know what? This is where the problems came in at.
This leadership gap has left a void that new politicians and activists are trying to fill, but it's an uphill battle. Another significant challenge is the issue of sovereignty. African countries are still heavily dependent on external powers for economic, security, and political decisions.
Mm,
For instance, in West Africa, the influence of France and international financial institutions like the Bretton Woods organizations is still very strong,
mm.
often hindering efforts towards political and economic independence. The African Continental Free Trade Area,
So
or
I
the
might I
AfCFTA,
want to answer that question too. That means they have still influenced by Europe. Like, and this is where I asked Shabaka. I was like, Shabaka, y'all are still inspired and influenced and empowered by Europe. What is the whole use of going over there? That's just like going to another America. You know, y'all don't control nothing. I'm gonna be personally honest. Africans don't really control anything. It's mostly European powers. You know, you're trying to make us leave here and go fight another fight. when y'all couldn't be doing it yourself because there's more y'all over there than over here.
Launched in 2021 to boost intra African trade, is still in its early stages and faces numerous hurdles, including the fact that only 18% of African trade is within the continent. Economic challenges are also paramount. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the vulnerabilities of African economies, highlighting the need for industrial sovereignty. Creating powerful transnational industries that can address employment and other economic issues is a significant challenge. African countries are largely primary agricultural economies with little movement towards manufacturing and labor-intensive job creation, which is essential for sustainable economic growth. Security is another critical area where African states struggle. They often rely on external powers to manage security issues rather than taking charge themselves. For example, the African Union and regional organizations have not been effective in curbing the jihadist threat in the Sahel region.
Should be active. It's not about supporting white immigrants. It's about Black Americans fixing Black Americans' problems, getting the stuff that we need to getting the stuff that we need to getting the stuff that is owed to us, and the laws and the policies. Because at the end of the day, this flat black unity shit that you talk about, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You have been gone for a while, so black be active. I just need you to go watch probably 2 weeks worth of my shows, and you will understand what we have been talking about and where this topic is coming from. Most of these topics that I do, it connects with other topics. This one is kind of connecting in where I think something I did probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I apologize. I don't remember right now. But yeah, you need to watch some of those shows. All right.
Leading to a continued reliance on foreign intervention. The commitment to national sovereignty also poses a challenge to the Pan-African ideal of continental unity.
That's cap. That's cap. Shabaka. Because then after that, that's like saying Colin Kaepernick isn't black. Colin Kaepernick is a black man. That man got a black mother. He was raised by white folks, but at the end of the day, he stays on code. And what makes it even more hard because he's a Muslim too. So it's like I said, Shabaka. You just be talking to be talking. You know. Yeah, and you're mad at me too. So I get it. You know. It's you know me. I don't mind you being mad at me as long as that we learn. Now you talk about Shabaka. I'm on time. I'm running on time today, man. Tomorrow. I know you're gonna love the show tomorrow. So definitely, you come. My show starts at 10:15 tomorrow. Everybody. I do got an announcement too. The shows will be starting at 10:15 from now on, not 9:45. It gives me a little bit more time to, get things on and popping for y'all. So I apologize if that's too late for you. If anything, I will go back to 9:45 in the summer. But thank you.
Many African states are reluctant to submit their national sovereignty to continental supervision, which hampers the integration process. This tension between national interests and Pan African goals is a significant
Tell them get you a refresher. I like the mint. Was it the mint refresher? Those is real good.
obstacle to achieving the dreams
Shout
of a
out to you,
reunified
Miss
Africa.
Miss Ramirez.
Additionally, the legacy of colonialism and neocolonialism
Is
continues
more
to impact
FBA
Africa.
than
The continent is still dealing with the
yeah. Be active as a white Hispanic. Shabaka. He's a white Hispanic, and my and my children's mother. She come from the black side of Asia. She's from Cambodia or Laos, if you ever heard of it. Those are the black folks of of Asia. So yeah. You can see why a lot of those Cambodians in LA they love Black America. They love Black American culture. Shout out to the Cambodians and the Laos. But yeah, be active. You're a white Hispanic. You know, are you following the South African situation? Yeah, we talked about it. Philly Yachty, we talked about that. Probably like I think Monday. Give me a second. I'll tell you I'll tell you what the topic was. If anything, email me and I can talk about it again. The one that I talked about two. One was on Monday, last Monday. It was FBA's right about Africans turning on Africans. Another one, and that was about the South Africa, the stuff that was going on in South Africa. But the one that you might like is the one is called "Some South Africans Are Moving Like FBA's and Rejecting Pan Africanism." Um, you know me, I had to jump on the Lady Sosa show. I mean, the Lady Sosa and kind of react to it. That was a good one. So the one that has 707 views, definitely check that one out, Yardi. If anything, I'll do some more stuff on South Africa. Um, because I know it's about to get busy. They're about to get busy out there. I think they're gonna start cleaning up.
Aftermath of colonialism, including economic underdevelopment and cultural
I
suppression.
said that.
The current global economic system, which often favors developed nations, further complicates Africa's path to economic development and social justice. The role of the African diaspora is also crucial, but often underutilized. The diaspora can play a significant role in contributing to Africa's progress and development, but their engagement needs to be more coordinated and effective. Questions about the alignment of African countries.
Yeah, Cambodians is cool, but their women. I'll tell you about their women. So the Cambodian women and Laos women, them women will pimp out their men if you let them. They'll be like, "Oh, yo, you could be a sugar baby. Go and be a sugar baby and make the money and bring it back home." They'll be on some shit like that. Yeah, yeah, Miss Ramirez. They be on shit like that.
Countries' economic and political policies and the function of the diaspora's contribution remain unanswered. In summary, Pan Africanism in the 21st century faces a multitude of challenges, including leadership gaps, sovereignty issues, economic vulnerabilities, security dependencies, and the ongoing impact of colonial and neocolonial forces. Addressing these challenges will require a concerted effort from African leaders, the diaspora, and the global community to reclaim and reassert the Pan African agenda.
um. So the person who spoke, let me see who spoke. African Roots and Routes. I'm gonna subscribe. Shout out to you. Let me get a like. I'll throw a like down. I'm gonna say this. Miss Shorty, you are right. Africa has a lot to do, but yeah, it's gonna take a lot of unity. Not you. I'm gonna say this. Not unity out the country, but I'm thinking about unity within. I think you need to fix what's inside than what's outside. Inside is what's really important. The people who are in Africa right there is really important. Jamaica is the voice of. No, no, they're not. Jamaicans don't even fuck with Pan Africans. A lot of Jamaicans don't fuck with Africans. So you're lying again, Shabaka. I showed you Shabaka. Do we gotta go down memory lane again where I had to show you that Africans don't fuck with Jamaica, and we did a show on that? I mean, Jamaicans don't fuck with Africa like that, and it's because of the slave trade. They called them niggas monsters. They always Shabaka. It's more like black South Africans scared of the white minorities and uh, oh, that's a good point, Philly Yardi. I was actually watching Marquette. Yeah, okay. I fuck with Marquette heavy. These motherfuckers always call me, oh yo, you support Marquette. He's a preferred. I'm gonna say this. This is one point I don't agree with Marquette about. I do agree that they are scared of white folks, but a lot of those Africans, those South Africans, because we don't see it. A lot of those South Africans are fighting. And that show that I was telling you to watch on Monday, the one that has 707 views, that person, a guy called in. He said, "Yo, a lot of us is fighting. You know, we're running down on a white man. I don't know if they're winning or losing. This is when it comes in. It's like, yo, it's about resilience. Even though you lose, you got to still keep on going and going and going and going and going and going and stop without stopping. That's why I say, yo, remember when I was explaining to you, I was like, yeah, that's cool that yeah, at least they tried. It wasn't about trying, it's about not stopping. If you look at black Americans, even though we failed, even though some of us died, some of our leaders died, we never stopped fighting. And you know, and and I'm gonna say this, a lot of these Africans in some Caribbean countries need to have that attitude. You can't stop fighting, even though these people die, even though you see something traumatic. It's gonna get worse out here if you don't stop. I mean, if you stop. This is what Africa is going through right now. South Africa, and this is why I say I salute South Africa, because at the end of the day, they're trying to fix their self, but they can't fix their self with these other peoples in this country stealing the resources and stuff. I get that, but at the end of the day, they're just doing it in a fucked up way. You know, they're doing it. I'm gonna be personally honest. South Africa is doing it in a fucked up way. You know, and the thing about it, and one thing I have to respect, they're calling out these people who are fucking up their country. He's like, yo, some of these Nigerians is coming out here, drugging these kids and these women and prostituting them. They're putting them on the track. They're human trafficking them. And he didn't say all Nigerians. He said some of these Nigerians is coming to these countries doing that. Most black Jamaicans are not necessarily Pan Africans, but they believe in it. But to Bob Marley, I don't think y'all believe in Marcus Garvey. Y'all ran that nigga out the country. I will say that Philly Yachty. Y'all ran Marcus Garvey out of Jamaica. I have to say that, and voted for a white president. And don't forget, and I'm not mad at you because of that. I'm gonna say this, Philly Yachty. I'm not mad about that. You know why? Because Marcus Garvey was in America, you know, befriending white supremacists in the Ku Klux Klan. So at the end of the day, that was right for y'all to run that nigga out of Jamaica. That nigga's telling you, yo, let's go to Africa and never been to Africa. He died in the UK. So at the end of the day, I respect that about Jamaica. I have to. Y'all dodged the bullet. Like y'all really dodged your bullet. Because put it this way, let's play hypotheticals. If Marcus Garvey would have became president, don't you think Marcus Garvey would have been working with these folks? Because at the end of the day, he was in America working with these folks. That's why that rally, Garvey must go, became, because he was talking to the white supremacists, going to meetings with them. His one of his best friends was Walter Plecker. Do you know who Walter Plecker is? I'll tell you anyways. Walter Plecker is the guy who reclassified black people when they were natives. That's why I say, you know what, you know what, your people did the right thing to run this nigga out of Africa, because you know what, I mean, out of Jamaica, because y'all would have went backwards instead of forwards. Now you can see where y'all made mistakes at. Now y'all can say like, yo, we can fix this. This is why it's cool that y'all kicking these niggas out your country, that y'all rioted and y'all doing certain shit. You know, you trying new shit. This is where I said the relentless comes in at, because you're not stopping. The only time you lose is when you stop. So you're doing the right thing. I'm not gonna sit here and act like you're not doing the right thing and South Africa is not doing the right thing. South Africa is doing the right thing to a certain extent. Remember the minorities, whites in charge. Jamaica was still a colony. Marcus was trying to oh equality. Yeah, he was trying to do that shit here, but he was doing it in a very crooked way. And I'm talking about he was befriending these people. You can't befriend the devil and think you're gonna get something good out of it. I'm gonna be personally honest. And that's what Marcus Garvey was doing. Marcus Garvey was doing what's good was with Marcus Garvey, you know. And it's fucked up because he made Jamaicans look crazy, you know.
do the things they want to do, despite having people on ground, having armed forces, having Pan-Africanism, a word that has become music to our ears over the years. And if I became a president of an African nation, all I needed to do was call a press conference and sound tough. And I would threaten thunder and brimstone and say, the West shall no longer control our African resources and territories, and we shall, just say some crazy stuff that are very unrealistic and that would not work without making any efforts to put policies in place or to actually change anything. And then my people would consider me a Pan-Africanist leader, and they would look beyond my shortcomings. Whatever I did would be fine, because then I can point back at the West and blame them for everything that is not working in my country. The roads are bad. The West! No good hospitals. The West! And it just doesn't matter if the schools are bad. It's the white man's education. They've given us bad education, so it doesn't work for us. And we blame all this on the shackles that have held us down since the colonial days until such a time as this, that we are no longer able to determine our destiny as a people, that we are not able to create good policies, that we can no longer develop our people, our communities, and we can no longer contribute to anything at a global level, except of course
I kind of agree with him to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, this is why I say it's about fighting. It's a like I said, Africa is it's a sticky situation. You know, it's a love and hate thing. What their problem was, they let the white man divide them. That's why if you ever look at Black Americans, we don't get divided by, oh yeah, you're half white and black, you're black, you're a light skinned black person, you're in the middle. No, you're still black at the end of the day. You know, I think that was the dope part because we all had a similar background, and I'm talking about lineage as well. That was the difference between us and Africa. Africa always went by tribes and shit like that. I think no, Shabaka, I told you I'm running on time today. I can't do the show. I can't do a link in today. I'll do a link. I'll do a link tomorrow morning. All right, I promise, and you'll be the first one. I promise. All jokes aside, um, I don't think, and this is why I say I think Africa is gonna keep on failing if they don't stick together. Stop trying to look for Black American help. Stop trying to look for Caribbean help. Look for your people's help. Unite your tribes with other tribes. Make a unity tribe. You know, instead of an that's what African unity is supposed to be. All y'all tribes working together. Y'all all have the same, and this is the thing. Y'all have all have the same oppressor. Y'all all have the same colonial problem, issue, situation, whatever you want to call it. Why aren't y'all working together instead of say, "Oh, yo, he's not a part of my tribe. I don't work like that." It just doesn't make sense to me. And it's probably because I never lived in Africa. But at the end of the day, that's how it's gonna have to go if y'all want y'all land back. If y'all want to control all your resources, control everything that you get, you need to work with people within. This is why I say y'all need to fix fix what's in instead of what's out, or trying to find people to help you without. Find help of what's in. So again, I'm gonna say it again. Find help that is within your country, not what's out your country. Yes, Black Americans is very influential, very inspirational, but they have their own problems that we are solving right now. You know, I get it. We're stronger together, but no, it's not. Your baby mother my baby mother's straight up Cambodian. What are you talking about? Shabaka, why are you so mad? Why you so mad at me today, nigga? Like, damn, what I do to you? Why fuck me? Like, the fuck, Shabak? I'm having a civilized show today. I'm not making jokes. I didn't crack no Pan African jokes nor nothing, and I'm doing something Pan African. I didn't call you a pan scammer. I didn't call y'all niggas losers. I said, yo, I'm fine with the whole situation is with this Shabaka, and you can. And the thing about it, I feel like you can't be honest about this. What is the real problem with Pan Africanism? People are seeing a problem in that movement, Shabaka. You're the only one that's not seeing it. That's telling you something. Philly Yardi just said that, yo, a lot of people are not Pan African. A lot of these people don't support Pan Africanism, but they have some part of the movement in their ideology. That's cool, and I say, yeah, that's cool. But at the end of the day, he said the Marcus Garveys and the what you say, Bob Marleys. Then I say, yeah, but at the end of the day, that doesn't work. Y'all just need to fix y'all country because at the end of the day, it seems like nobody's not gonna help Jamaica. It is what it is. You got to fix your own country instead of looking for help. Is even America, Black Americans is like, damn, we helping these niggas out. Why aren't they helping us out? They don't owe us shit. I'm gonna be personally honest. I'm coming to a point that these immigrants don't owe us shit. So you know what? We need to worry about ourselves. We do need to worry about ourselves. You know. I apologize. I got like 3 hours of sleep. But yeah, it's most black. See, look at most black Jamaicans are not necessarily Pan Africanists, but they believe in it due to Bob Marley and Marcus Garvey, etc. And I'm gonna say this: you are right, Philly Yardy. Marcus Garvey is the father. To me, he's the father of Pan Africanism. You know, I believe that Yardi. He's the father of Pan Africanism. So at the end of the day, I see why now. I see it. I just thought of it. They do have that ideology of it. Shout out to you.
Complain about how we are unable to
Yeah.
do the things we want to do, despite having people on ground, having armed forces, having our own resources and some control over them. And the British been gone for 60 years, so let's imagine that they still retain some influence over economies of previous African colonies. Isn't it time we give that fight one more push? Why can't we unify our armed forces, bring together all the things that unite us, and fight to save the destiny of the African people? But of course, that is not the case. So as far as African leaders talk tough, then we can come online and praise them as Pan-Africanists, as great leaders. But that isn't what I
Facts,
understand.
Miss Ramirez. You're right about that.
Pan-Africanism without policy is dead. Pan-Africanism without international collaboration among African countries is dead. Pan-Africanism.
Also, too, Miss Ramirez, Cambo, California has probably, if not the biggest population of Cambodians. Second is Lowell, Massachusetts. So yeah, y'all have a lot of Cambodians in California, especially in Stockton and Long Beach. So shout out to y'all in Long Beach and Stockton as well. Uh, I did. Was the Cambodians are dedicated to Cambodia. Your son will identify with Cap, nigga. My kids, Shabaka, you gotta understand this, man. My kids is with me probably 80% of the time, 85% of the time. Especially, I'm on vacation right now. Um, my kids are gonna be with me mostly. I put them to bed. I feed them. I get them dressed. Make them take a shower. I cook for them. Like Shabaka, I'm like I wouldn't say a single parent, but yeah, it's. I get busy out here. That's why, like, yo, this is why my room look like this because I've been washing my clothes for the last 2 days. I just started putting clothes away. So it's that's why I said like, yo, my kids is with me more. They with their crazy, what my crazy part of the side of the family and stuff like that. They go to the projects and stuff and chill. play on the slides and stuff, play on the swings, you know. So yeah, I get what you're trying to say, Shabaka, but that shit is not true. Xenophobia has existed in South Africa. No, hold up, Shabaka. Don't start that shit. You know why? Because you lied. I told you there's a lot of xenophobia and a lot of divisiveness in South Africa. You told me I was a liar and I was a nigger. That's what you told me. You said you're a liar and a nigger. Remember you told me that? So yeah, don't start reneging now, nigga.
without free visa travels is dead. Pan-Africanism without a functional African continental free trade area is dead. What's the essence of bringing a policy into existence when you are not able to make the right commitments to ensure that these policies are implementable and the goals that they seek to achieve are achievable? So it's not enough to throw around big words and make presentations that present us as strong and independent nations when we are the ones holding ourselves down. So what I'd like to see in Africa is a situation where every leader who claims to be Pan-Africanist is not only just talking and making speeches, traveling around the world and trying to pretend that they are tough, but actually put in place policies that benefit the people of Africa. Pan-Africanism should be the best quality of education to all Africans. And when one African nation fails to achieve that, all African nations must come together to ensure that that gap is breached. If you don't have good teachers, it's the responsibility of other African countries to supply you with very good teachers who would help you build an educational system that is great, fantastic. Pan-Africanism should be that we should be able to export to other African nations.
I'm gonna tell y'all this. There's more Pan African people in South Africa than Africans in America. Yeah, probably. I might agree with you there, Shabaka. And the reason why a lot of us don't follow that Pan Africanism anymore. I'm gonna be personally honest, y'all. I'm gonna be personally honest, Shabaka. A lot of y'all Pan Africans are not loyal to us. Y'all are very untrustworthy when it comes to Black Americans. It has always been like that, you know. And it's not me kicking in your back or saying, "Oh, y'all niggas ain't shit, worth shit." I personally think it, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna tell you that because it's not proper. I'm gonna be personally honest. It's like I said, it's a lack of trust with y'all. We can't trust you. Y'all been saying the same shit ever since the 1960s. Y'all putting Africa together. Africa is gonna be one world country. Y'all niggas been saying that shit since the 60s. Y'all been saying that shit since fucking the fucking Garvey days. Niggas don't believe you no more. Y'all niggas is liars.
Everything that is working in our own countries. Everybody should be able to influence everybody in ways that help all African countries grow and achieve the highest level of development. And guys, we need to stop praising our leaders. Every single speech they make where they're bumping our face in the air and pretending as if all of our problems vanish simply because an African leader made a speech that made him sound tough. We want to see action. We want to see better livelihoods for people. We want to see available, accessible, and affordable healthcare. We want to see industry spring up. We want to see nursing motors sold everywhere in Africa. That's the power of the African Continental Free Trade Area. We want to see African products for African nations. We can't keep crying about monopolistic agenda coming out of America or somewhere in Europe or China when here at home we're not putting in enough. So that is what Pan-Africanism means to me. What does it mean to you? Let's talk about this in the comments section.
Hey, shout out to old boy, man. Let me see what old boy's name is. Civic Africa, shout out to you, man. You did a great job, man. I appreciate your feedback on Africa. I agree with most of the shit that you do say about Africa. Africa needs to work together. I have been saying that for a very long time. I said they shouldn't be trying to work together with Black Americans. They should be trying to work together with each other. You know. So shout out for you to say that. I think it's bold for you to say that because I know a lot of Africans are not gonna believe that. The white supremacist chase. No, no, that's not true. Shabaka. The black Americans got him out of fucking Africa. Got him out of America. Marcus Garvey's friends started sending death threats to black Americans. Don't forget about that. So you got to be honest, Shabaka. All right, and I'm talking about this one with that you just said. We're gonna watch a Tariq Nasheed, and we're gonna get busy. Tariq Radio, like and subscribe.
Okay, let me see. Let's get Nathaniel in here. Nathaniel is an East African who pretends to be white for context. So when he comes in, just understand that. Nathaniel, what's happening, bro? Nathaniel, what is happening? I can hear you. What's going on with you?
What's up, Turk and the FBA family? I just wanted to give you a shout out for addressing the ASAP Rocky situation. It's good to see him, have that not guilty verdict. It's very good because I don't want to see, our brother ASAP in those prisons for 12 years, which was what he was projected to get. And also, thank you for addressing your flip flop on how earlier during this Whedon situation, you're saying, ASAP, he needs to hold his own nuts. And then you saying, okay, that's because he's atoned for his sins, which is good. But also, one more thing. With ASAP, make sure you get him out of the criminal activities that he's been doing, because, I mean, this is the third or fourth time he's had a run with the law, and we don't need him in jail when he has, 3 or 4 kids on the way, or 3 kids currently. But I wanted to ask a reparations question. So we were talking with Ayanna Presley, which is the U.S. Congresswoman from, I believe,
You mean Token Presley? She's from Boston, Massachusetts. She ain't worth a fucking pot to piss in. I'm not gonna call her no bald headed bitch or anything. I'm not gonna call her that, but she ain't worth fucking shit. I'm not gonna disrespect her like that, but at the end of the day, she's the worst of the worst when it comes to black people. All jokes aside, I think her family is a black American, but she's from Ohio. She's a feminist. And this is why I say a lot of those people are extremists. I have to say that. I think y'all are extremists. I think y'all go overboard to demonize black Americans. Y'all have always demonized black Americans since the 50s and the 40s. When they wanted us, when we were fighting to vote, y'all was saying, why are these niggas get to vote before us? We're white. This is why I push back on feminism too much. I don't fuck with feminism. Do I respect you? You need to respect your woman? Yes. Respect your fucking woman. Defend your woman. But all these raggedy bitches don't need to be protected. Let's not get that fucked up.
Boston about how much U.S. Congresswoman from, I believe, Boston, about how much freedmen are owed
Yeah.
reparations. So the average, as far as I know, currently the average lifetime earnings for a white man today is about $2 million, right?
The fuck?
And at the time, at the peak of slavery, right, or even cumulatively, there are about 2 million slaves. So if you times, I think it's 2 or 4 million. So let's just go with 4 million. So if you times 4 million by 2 million, which is the lifetime earnings of white Americans today, that's about 8 trillion, which is a realistic number for reparations. So where does the 40 trillion come from?
I never said 40 trillion.
Well, you put 30 trillion
I
in the
never said
ballpark, correct?
around
Your
15,
ballpark is
20 trillion. I said around 15, 20 trillion. I've never said 30.
yeah, isn't that too much considering if we go based off the lifetime earnings of say a white person today?
This this Doge, all of this money that they've been finding, Have you seen the money that they've been finding? They got like the Doge tracker tracking all of the money that's been saved from all of these USAID programs that they've been pulling back from. Have you seen the damn money?
Yeah, I want this reparations things to be over with, and I think it could be if you guys gave a feasible amount. You can't do 15 trillion. If you look at the U.S. budget today, it's about 6 trillion. So if you were to say, okay, let's base it off of a million per slave, right? That's about 4 to 8 trillion, which is a doable amount, but you can't do 15 trillion. So I'm confused on where that amount is
I don't
coming
want to hear
from.
about what's not doable. Man, these folks have been throwing money at all of these other groups, man. Hold on, I'm looking at Doge Tracker now. I'm looking at Doge Tracker now. Hold on. They done already within like a couple of weeks done itemized 55 billion damn dollars. This is in a couple of weeks, and they're still digging out money that's been just squandered and wasted. Man, we got the money. That 15, 20 trillion, that's not a bad number at all. That's not a bad number. They can
But where does it come from? Where does it come from? It
these
sounds
tax
made up though.
dollars, the same money from that US aid, all of this money, go to Doge.tracker. You can see, oh,
No, but where does the estimate come from? Why did you
damn,
guys?
you're not gonna you're not gonna sit here and act dumb. I'm telling you what to look up. You look up Doge Tracker, Doge.tracker. It's a live tracker following all the money. And I'm showing you where this money is coming from. This money is coming from all our tax dollars being funneled into all of these little programs for all of these little special interest groups except us. People like you, Nathaniel, you and your people, y'all getting this money. Now, is that why you kind of have a little contempt for reparations because now your folks are not going to be getting that USAID money? Is that what?
No, no, I support Black America. I'm
No,
not asking where the money is going to come.
no, because even the tone is hostile. I just want this reparations to be over. Everything is hostile. You don't really support it. You sound like you're just trying to figure out a way to sabotage it. You really don't want us to get reparations.
He did this to me too, Nathaniel, when I came in here a couple years back, gang. I ain't gonna hold you.
But hold on, I get you.
Tariq, I'm not asking where the money is going to come from. I'm asking where does the estimate, your 15 trillion estimate, where does that come from? Like, why do you deserve 15 trillion?
Yeah, for all of us, why shouldn't we, sir? We literally built up all the wealth of this country, sir. We built this country up for free. All of the wealth came off of our backs. The banking system was built up from slavery. The insurance systems, the medical industries, the railroad industries, Wall Street, these multi-trillion dollar industries, all of this money was built off our backs. That 15 trillion, that's not asking too much at all. All right.
That's unarguable. What you're saying is unarguable, but why is it 15 trillion when, as I said earlier, the average lifetime earnings today for a white man is about 2 million USD. So if you use that 2 million amount in lifetime earnings and you apply it to the 4 billion slaves, that's only about 8 trillion. So why is it double that?
Because that money, the great thing is we deserve it. We're owed that.
Shabaka, why you crashing out? They're having a good conversation. I want to get to the good part before I start answering anything. Because t- King Flex is saying what I was gonna say, but that's why I didn't say anything. I was gonna. This is what. Yeah, I'm gonna let King Flex speak his part, but some of the stuff I will stop and list and say something.
And to be honest, we actually owed more. We actually owed more. 15, 20 trillion, that's a start. We start there. But the great thing is that money will be recirculated into the economy and compounded, and it's going to stimulate the economy. See, that's the good thing with us. All of these other groups, all of this money that Doge tracking is looking after, that money was sent over to other countries, squandered by these janky leaders over in all of these foreign places. So yeah, that money has just went all to hell. We're not going to send the money to hell. We're going to use the money, build this economy, and have a robust society. Now, Doc, hop on in here, Doc.
How you doing?
Um,
This
what's
how you
happening?
doing this morning?
I'm good, Doc. What's on your mind? You were interrupting earlier, but what's on your mind?
Um, I used to. I remember in high school when I was first researching Black history for real. I used to watch Hidden Colors,
Yep,
and it had you in there.
yep,
And I remember watching you talk about the Moors
yep.
in Africa and in Spain and all the great feats they did. And I remember feeling so empowered by that, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. Like especially as a young boy, like just now learning about like Black history. Because when your third eye open, it's a wonderful feeling. And
Yeah,
you know those resources and whatnot that you have, especially as a Black young man. You don't have a lot of Black leaders to look up to that are doing things like Hidden Colors on a
right.
daily basis, right? So for it just burns my soul up, now that and now it's died down a little bit, but a couple I think 2 years ago, it was during COVID or whatever. I came in one of your spaces and you was riding hard for the FBA thing. I'm not sure if I don't know what it is with that now, but you was really riding really hard for that. Um, and I came in and I was trying to talk to you. You feel me? I was just like dead ass, like because my parents are Jamaican.
Right.
You feel me? But again, I with Fred Hampton like a mother. I would have been one of the first ones in the door for him, for real, because I'm like that. But that being said, I came in there to talk to you and try to be like, damn, like, so where does that put me at as a Jamaican young man that give a fuck about Black American cause and Black American plight and want to be a part of the fight for it? And you know what you told me? You
What
remember
I
what you told me?
what did I tell you?
You told me to get my tether ass the fuck out of there
You
because I didn't know
must
what the fuck to talk about.
you must have said something slick. I wouldn't just say that
Yo!
if you.
And,
Oh, I'm gonna say this to a lot of Caribbeans and Pan Africans. Tariq Nasheed isn't telling ain't telling you to stop fucking with him. It's just saying we're just saying that Black American needs to fix Black American problems. Like I don't get what's the problem. Like why do we have to listen to y'all niggas and y'all niggas as failures? Like I'm talking about the movement and like even in Africa, y'all failed in y'all country. Y'all came over here to upgrade yourself. Y'all getting your upgrade on. So what's the problem with us upgrade? Why do y'all want to see us at the bottom of the barrel? That's the thing. That's why I say, fucking Pan Africanism is ass juice. That shit is ass. I don't know why niggas would follow that shit. That shit is a death trap. You know?
this is again the fight for it. And you know what you told me? You
What
remember
I
what you told me?
what did I tell you?
You told me to get my tether ass the fuck out of there because
You
I didn't
must
know what the fuck I'm talking about.
you must have said something slick. I wouldn't just say that if
You,
you.
and, and this is again something that burns me up is that as a leader,
You must have been in there trolling or something. Cause I don't
Get
I
your tether ass
people in
out
this room,
the
how many
fuck
people
out
we
of
got in here?
here.
Y'all know I don't just go start clapping on cats. So if you come at me genuine, I give a genuine answer. I don't get on people just because they're foreign. So you must have been in there trolling or saying something slick. That's
if I'm an accountable young man. If I did, I would have been honest with you. You Tariq Nasheed, bro. Again, I just told you how I figured out about you,
Get your
so I'm
tether
not gonna
ass
come at you
out
no
the
kind of
fuck out of
sideways.
here.
Because again, even though you was going off of the rhetoric you was going off of, I just wanted to have a genuine.
Hey yo, I'm gonna say what Tariq Nasheed said. Get your tether ass the fuck out of here. Shout out to King Flex, man. Yo, you been acting like a real bitch lately, Snow Bunny King. You gotta stop that shit, my nigga. You're Jamaican. I thought y'all niggas was like, proud and shit like that. You acting like a sucker, nigga. Really, man. You acting like Alexander McQueen, my nigga.
Conversation with you and
Jesus
figure out what was
Christ.
going on. But then again, you see my flag, and you start calling me a tether and shit, gang.
We
You
will.
You
must
feel me?
You will be.
because I
And for you to sit here and say that, yo, it must have.
hold on, family. How many people in y'all? I'm in here every night. People in this room. Do I just go off on people? Have I ever gone off on somebody just because they had a foreign flag? Y'all listen to me every damn night. There's thousands of people listen to me every single day. You're not going to sit here and tell that. I don't just go off on people because they have a foreign flag. I'm very hospitable to people who are foreigners. I don't have a problem with them. The only time I start clapping on folks is if they come in with any form of disrespect, trolling, roasting, or whatever, then they're going to get it. So
Mm.
yeah, I did that. Whatever you saying is not true. You leaving some stuff out, and this
So
goes.
so
We're talking
so,
about.
so that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, accountability. Just like I was talking earlier, cats got to be accountable. Don't come in and act like you innocent, like you didn't do something. If I went at you, you must have done something. Now, if it was a few years ago, I don't remember. You must have done something.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
You talking about accountability, and in the same token,
Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Doc.
all I was saying was, brother, is that you talking about accountability, and in that same breath, you saying that I must have did something.
Yep. Because what you're saying is not indicative of me. I just don't go off on people because they have a foreign flag. You
So
making yourself seem innocent.
so I came in here today to talk to you, and I made that shit up. You think that I just did that, gang?
Sir, it sounds like you did. You
Okay.
did because that
So you never called nobody a tether because they had a foreign flag. You feel
no
me?
do that. You have to have done something for me to go off on you and start roasting you. You have to have done something. I just don't do that because you have a foreign flag. What you're saying is a goddamn lie. You're not going to. I know me, and the people in here know me. I don't do that.
For
In
sure,
fact,
brother. I feel you.
no, in fact, I'm extremely hospitable with people when they come in here, even if they're foreigners. Even when I'm kind of roasting on cats, I'm very hospitable about it. I welcome people from foreign places to come on in. And
Hey, Shabaka, Black Snow Bunny King. Can I ask you a question? Why y'all niggas are scared of Tariq Nasheed? Y'all niggas are scared of that nigga. I have never met anybody who's scared than Tariq Nasheed than you two niggas. Yeah, I never hear y'all on his show. I never hear y'all talk. Like y'all niggas are scared to be in the live chat. Y'all niggas will get smoked. Cause you know if you say what you be saying on my show, and I give y'all a pass, but if y'all say what y'all say on my show, Tariq Nasheed will call you up. But y'all niggas are scared. I gotta be personally honest. Shabaka, you're scared. You scared of King Flex. You too, Black Snow Bunny King. You scared of King Flex. Yeah. And I'm gonna say this. Have a great conversation with him, man. You know, you have great conversations with me and stuff like that, and it's cool. But at the end of the day, there's gonna be some questions that you ask me, Tariq Nasheed might know the answer from. You know, why are y'all just trying to look for like, y'all trying to look for, niggas saying the most craziest shit, or are you trying to look for is a be a full on cast? He will be despised by. Why would he be despised by his own family? Shit. Black Snow Bunny King. You're not a black American. You don't even know what goes on in the black American community. Let alone the Asians. The Asians be fucking y'all up in Jamaica. The Asians helped y'all with reggae. Asians helped y'all with reggae, and y'all still disrespect them niggas. Why would I listen to a loser ass Jamaican nigga? You're not even a real Jamaican. Like real talk. You're not even a real Jamaican. You're a Yankee. Like, let's personally be honest. You're a Yankee. You're not even a Jamaican. You're not. You're Jamaican American. That's a second hand of a fucking Jamaican. You was born in fucking Arkansas. How the fuck you know what goes on in the black? How do the fuck you know what goes on in the black community? Niggas don't accept you. Niggas accept my son. My son looks like me. He's just a little bit more crazy than I am. Like, I don't get you. Like Black Snow Bunny King, you must have had a bad fucking childhood to think like, oh yeah, my kid is gonna be outcast. Why? Let me ask you this: why are you trying to curse a fucking 5 year old? That's crazy. You can't even have kids, and you trying to curse other people's kids. Let me ask you a question, Black Snow Bunny King. How many kids you got? How many kids you got, Black Snow Bunny King? I'm having a good conversation with you. How many kids do you have? I guess that's none. So why would I listen to somebody who don't have any kids? You don't have no fucking kids, and you're trying to give parental advice to a person who has two fucking kids. The fuck, nigga? Yo, you're a loser. You can't even have kids, and you like bussy, nigga. Like, come on, let's not do that.
And let me know what's on their mind. I welcome those conversations. So I wouldn't just be get your tether ass out of here. You must have said something. You must have been in there trolling. You must have been doing something, sir. So you're not gonna sit here and tell me some shit where I know me and the people here.
I feel you, brother. I'll be the example in front of all these people, and I'll tell you what I apologize if your memory serves you as me trolling.
And again, you said this was back about around COVID, so I don't remember. But the thing is, again, I don't have a problem with foreigners. None of us in here has a problem with
Please
foreigners.
tell them what a
We
tether
do have a
is.
problem with people who try to undermine our lineage, which has been a problem.
That's a tether.
Can
That's
I can I can I ask you? Do you think it would be if you don't remember, right? If you forgot, do you think maybe it's more responsible to say I don't remember that or I forgot versus
Nigga
you're
said
telling somebody that
that.
they lying
no,
about something that you don't remember?
because it's not just that I don't remember. I know me. I just wouldn't go off on somebody because they had a foreign flag. I
But he already said that. He said, yo, he don't even remember talking to you, bro. Like, come on, let's not do that. Why you trying to fucking gaslight people? The fuck?
don't do that. I don't do that at all. The only time I snap on folks in here and roast them is if they're saying something slick or if they're trolling or if they're doing some weird stuff in the chat. But I just don't snap because I want people who are foreign to come on in here and talk to us. Let us know what's on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what you're saying, that's not true. I know it's not true. I didn't just throw you out of the room and go off on you simply because I saw you had a foreign flag. It's something else. There must have been something else. 100%, because I know how I get down. And I'm cool with Jamaicans. I do not have a problem with no Jamaicans.
Mm-hmm.
I go to Jamaica all the damn time. Jamaican cats look out for me. I'm real cool with Jamaicans. When I go,
100.
I got
This
love for
nigga,
Jamaicans.
this
One of my
nigga,
barbers,
black
one of my good
someone.
guys, my brother Jay, who's real good with my family and the whole shit. He's Jamaican. I ain't got no problem with no Jamaicans. A lot of love for Jamaicans.
For sure, brother. Well,
Jamaican,
I
yeah, shit. I just ate some goddamn curry chicken and some festival bread earlier. I ain't
well, shit, much love, brother. I ain't trying to, cause I know there's probably other people that want to come over here and have a conversation with you, and I ain't trying to take up no more of your time. But I do want to say I appreciate you for spreading the knowledge that you do spread that is conducive to our community
no
when you
doubt.
do it.
Much respect.
God bless you for that.
Thank you, brother. But listen, yeah, yeah, nah. Y'all not gonna sit up and say we just we don't attack folks just because you got a damn flag.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. The thing is, a lot of folks are upset because the Pan African thing is kind of that shit has fizzled out. Let's be real. A lot of people are
Facts.
upset because the Pan African thing has fizzled.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That has fizzled,
Mm-hmm.
justifiably so. And a lot of people are kind of upset with us about us kind of abandoning the Pan African thing because they always come to us, well, y'all, a few years ago, y'all were talking about Pan Africanism. Y'all were talking about Africa. You had made hidden color. You were talking about Africa. We don't have a problem with Africa. The problem is we're shifting our priority to our lineage justifiably. Why? Number one, Pan Africanism, it just has not been reciprocated. We have a couple of people who are riders, but hell, despite foundational Black Americans historically embracing Caribbeans and Africans and all these other people in communities, they've not shown the same level of solidarity.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now, let's just tell the truth. African and Caribbean immigrants, man, they come over here and they start prioritizing their own ethnic and national identities. You prior
If you remember what I said in the beginning of the show, I said that a lot of Pan Africans were disloyal, man. They were disloyal. You know, they didn't show us no loyalty. We couldn't trust them. Every time they get up or they get in some type of trouble, they run off to fucking Africa. They'll pull the Marcus Garvey, run off back to their fucking country. So it's like I said, we can't trust Africans or Caribbeans or Pan African anybody with any type of like immigrants with a background, immigrant background with Pan Africanism ism in it. You can't trust. You know, as I said, Shabaka, I said that about Pan Africanism. You're using my words again. It's all right, but I'm just letting you know. I already told you that. But yeah, you can't trust Pan Africanism.
prioritize your own joint. Shit, you do. Y'all come over and you have your Caribbean Day Parade, Puerto Rican Day Parade, this day parade, which is fine. Okay, that's fine. And look, we foundational Black Americans, we have a unique ethnogenesis, just like Jamaicans, just like Haitians, just like Nigerians. They recognize their own distinct identities. Foundational Black Americans, we have our own lineage, our own history, our own cultural development that is separate from Africa and the Caribbean family. Okay, can we all just acknowledge that? Because you guys have cultures that's separate from foundational Black Americans. That's great.
As I said
I don't take credit for
millions of
jerk
times,
chicken and curry chicken. Again, I had some earlier. It was good. We don't take credit for it.
but the Indians do.
You shouldn't take credit for our soul food. We have a distinct culture that is unique and separate from your culture. It only gets divisive when we acknowledge our culture is different too. You can acknowledge the differences in your culture, and we're supposed to respect it, and we do. And the minute we say, okay, we got our music, we no, 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 no. Hip hop was from us too, nigga. Yeah, okay. Then again, then everybody has to claim jump our joints. See, this is where the problem is. We're not supposed to acknowledge our culture independent of Africans and the Caribbeans. You see, that's a problem. We're called divisive when we do it. That's a problem. You see? And let's be real, this Pan African thing, it brings over a lot of non FBA immigrants to come over here to pursue their own best interest, independent of us. You see? And let's truth be told, Africa, they don't really recognize foundational Black Americans as their own. They don't. Those African nations don't really offer citizenship or automatic rights to foundational Black Americans, despite all that Pan African rhetoric in Ghana. Them too, they got that right to abode, and we got to go over there dropping off all types of money. And then they open it up for everybody because they sit up and talk about all the Black folks who can get quote unquote citizenship. They were sitting over there letting East Indians, Palestinians, and Middle Eastern, they let everybody go over there
Mm.
and get quote citizenship, quote unquote, quote unquote. You see? Meanwhile, foundational Black Americans, we've always supported African causes from fighting apartheid, donating to African nations in times of crisis, and there's just been a lack of reciprocity. And that just made us say, hey, you know what? All right, let's focus on what we got going on. Hell, we done sat up here and thrown money and thrown resources and time and energy at these nations over here. We're going to focus on our stuff. Yeah. So we got to just be very real about it. Let me get Robbie Blue in here. Well, first, before I get Rob, let me get Stunner. Stunner, hop on in, beloved. Let's get Stunner in here. She's been waiting for a minute. Stunner, hop in. All right, Stunner. Okay, hold on. This is somebody trying to promote their damn OnlyFans. Okay, listen, women, ladies. Okay, let's not start this. Ladies, let's not start this. We're trying to ask. Cocoa butter them titties down. Your titties are at, and what y'all need to do is get some lotion because
Grown, and you know what I mean.
oh,
I think the only difference between a rat and a tether is one thing. At least a rat is homegrown and they're not hypocritical. They'll go out of their way to separate themselves from foundational Black American culture so they can get, goodies for themselves. If you are a person who isn't a hypocrite, you're not a tether. We've never been, Black folks have never had contempt for other people in the diaspora. And initially, when we were talking about immigration, we weren't even talking about Africans. We were talking about Mexicans, white people here that come here illegally, these Asians, like other people who were outwardly, practicing anti-Black racism and trying to, get democratic goodies. These people outed themselves because we started talking about reparations, we start talking about immigration, and what it is they could no longer disguise their contempt. So the insidious thing about being a tether is you want to use Black people as camouflage, but then you want to have contempt. To me, that makes you a freeloader.
mm,
You know how you can have somebody who lives at your house, they don't really respect you. It could be a stepchild or a friend. Like the only reason you're letting this person in is because somebody else co-signed. But then after a while, when you start putting two together, you be like, the devil, Judas is at my dinner table.
mm.
I'm not Jesus. I'm not here to wash your
Oh shit, my fault, everybody.
trying to, you know,
In that Pan
just the fact that you're lower than a rat. I'll land my plane.
there is no good PR for Africa no more because we've been the PR firm for Africa. We have been the
Mm,
ones propping Africa up.
mm.
It's been foundational Black Americans propping up Africa and the Caribbean, to be honest. That's why they always
Facts.
talk about hidden colors and all the pride they felt and all. Yes, hell, I did 1804. Nobody was putting movies like that together. I put over $1 million in a movie about Haiti's history, because I thought it was an important history. Because a lot of these folks don't give a damn about their homelands. They don't give a damn about the history of nothing.
Mm.
So we were the ones propping this stuff up.
Black Snow Bunny, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about King Flex doing more for your country than you are? He's doing more for Jamaica than you have ever done for Jamaica. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like he should do that, or should you think he should just, get the fuck out the way and mind his fucking business?
Now that we saw how vitriolic the people are towards us, we're like, all right, we'll let you do you. And they're like, oh shit, oh, hold on, nigga. Because
Hold on, nigga.
they'll talk a good game, but nobody hates Africa more than African immigrants over here. Nobody. They talk about us hating Africa if we don't want to prop Africa up. Oh, you niggas hit the motherland. You're the one who ran from the motherland and never looked back.
Mm.
You understand? There was a dude on Twitter, my ancestors. There's something beyond valuable about knowing where you came from.
I'll be
I
back, everyone.
suggest you do your research. It'll give you an unmatched confidence in self. This Negro tweeted that from Nebraska. That Negro is sitting his musty ass over here while he's tweeting that bullshit. And then we gently let him know, brother, y'all didn't get last names over there until the damn 1880s. You didn't get last names until the damn British colonized your ass. Y'all didn't even have last names. This is why you better know some history. When they start doing that damn tether babble, shut that bullshit down. They didn't have no last names over there until the British said, okay, all y'all niggas look alike and all your name is Umdugu. So you Umdugu Jones, Umdugu Jenkins, Umdugu Boyoga. They started making them get last names based on like your father's name. So if your daddy's name is Boye, so you Umdugo Boye, son of Boye. Whatever your tribe is, Umdugo Ashante. So the British went over there and made them get names because they needed to do a census count. They needed to do record keeping of the people. They need to keep track of everybody. They need to put folks in schools. So they said, okay, well, y'all Negroes need some last names. Just give me a damn lab, make up some shit, and we'll enroll you in school, nigga, and give you a bowl of Jollof. It was that. So don't let them run around here with that, oh, my strong last name. Nigga, you just got them damn last names. You're new booty. You just got them. And you got them because the British made you get them. You understand? The British made you get them. You better know some damn history here. And look, here's the thing. Let me keep it a bean about Pan Africanism. Let's be real. The reason why we have kind of started focusing on our lineage, Pan Africanism has been weaponized against us.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? I want y'all to feel me. When we look at it, Pan Africanism was used as a damn weapon against us. See, what they would do, they would use Pan Africanism to really guilt trip foundational Black Americans into prioritizing everybody else's struggles.
Mm.
We were always told, hey, man, um, everybody, people of color, they have African lineage, so we're all in this together. So, foundational Black Americans, you need to help fight for the interests of all Black people
Mm.
globally. Palestinians too, because they got a little African in them. Um, um, Puerto Ricans, Hispanic, they got a little African in them. So you got to fight for everybody.
Be active.
While all of these other nations and these immigrants, they prioritize their own national and tribal groups.
Mm-hmm.
So we sat up here giving all of our resources and energy to movements that simply never reciprocated. They don't reciprocate, despite what they're saying. Now, the Mexicans, they keep trying to talk about how they fought slavery. That's their little talking point. They keep talking about how we need to jump in front of the bullet for them because yeah, Mexico allowed slaves to come down there. Well, no, they better tell the whole truth, and I done broke that down many times. The slaves they were talking about were in Texas for the most part.
Chewbacca is
They were
pissed
going
at me.
into deeper down into Mexico, but the thing is,
Chewbacca, why you mad at me, man? I want to know why you mad at me. I didn't do nothing to you today. I had a proper conversation with you. I know, yeah. I know. Friday I exposed you for lying. I exposed you for lying. You haven't been the same ever since. You've been crashing out on the comments, and I'm cool. You know me, I'm cool with it. But you know what? Let me finish this, and I'm gonna explain.
Texas was a part of Mexico at the time, and they forced Texas, the white supremacists made them allow Texas to be a slave territory, even though it was a part of Mexico. So you're not going to allow slavery and then sit up here and give props for Black folks going deeper into Mexico where the slavery was not allowed because of Vicente Guerrero, and then
I
pop
think
your
that's the
collar as if you're
president.
doing something fly. No, Texas made a little special deal. Well, Mexico allowed Texas to be a slave territory, and then the slaves just went down deeper into Mexico. So yeah, that's nothing you can really pop your collar to. And plus, like I said, they were using the Black Seminoles as the military arm to protect the border of Mexico. So they cut a deal with them. So it wasn't these poor little scared downtrodden slaves. No, they requested for the Black Seminoles to come down there because the Black Seminoles had just whooped on the U.S. government and whooped on some Native American tribes who was trying to put them in slavery. So they said, okay, we're going to give you sovereignty if you protect this border because our border is weak. So let's put all that stuff in context. But like I said, again, with Pan-Africanism, it's been weaponized against us, man. They use Pan-Africanism to dismiss the uniqueness of foundational Black Americans' oppression and our struggle. See, when foundational Black Americans, when we start advocating for reparations and policies specific for us, the Pan Africans, what do? They come in talking about, well, damn it, all Black people be suffering if you Black.
Shabaka's mad at me. See, everybody, Shabaka's mad at me. You talking about my kids now? Come on, Shabaka. How you talking about somebody's kids? You mad because you can't make any more babies? That nigga shooting powder right now. Shabaka. You mad because your little Shabaka ain't working, huh? That nigga Shabaka. There's no such thing as a nigga. Shabaka's crazy. He's bad. Yeah, I got this nigga. Yo, I got this nigga Shabaka in his fucking feelings. Look, look at Shabaka. He's so mad at me right now. He don't even know what to say. Him and Black Snowbody King. Mm-hmm. Told you there is no unity in Pan Africanism. You see how a Pan Africanist is talking about me? Because he disagreed with me. He talks about my kids. That's why y'all are losers. That's why y'all will never win. Y'all can't even beat me. The fuck? Look at you, Shabaka. You can't even beat me. Put it this way, Shabaka. I got a better chance of going to Africa than you do, all right? You know, I'm just gonna be personally honest, and I would never step a foot in Africa personally. I have no reason to. So, well, you going over there just to go to another poor land? You crazy? Well,
If a cop pull you over, he ain't gonna know if I'm in Ugandan, Nigerian, Jamaican, so we all need to get some reparations. So damn, it turns into a thing where it undermines our reparations claim
mm-hmm.
and our justice claim. It always turns into something that kicks us in the ass. Also, it's the Pan-Africanism has been weaponized against us
That nigga
and used to
Shabaka's
justify
mad.
flooding the U.S. with a bunch of melanated immigrants who undermine our interests. Under the guise of Pan-African
Look at
unity,
niggas still
they have
crashing out.
mass
Shabaka's still
immigration
crashing out.
policies that come in and they bring
This
these people in large
mother.
numbers who look down on us, who get over here and then tell each other, stay away from the Akata, stay away from those Yanks. You dig? And then now we see with this Doge thing, all of these resources that folks were secretly getting too. Yeah. While they're still maintaining their own distinct ethnic identities. Yeah. They go set up a little ethnic enclave and keep us out of their little ethnic enclaves. You dig? Let's keep that thing a being. That's how they try to get us to support immigration. Even now, they still try to do it now. When we say, hey, look, this immigration thing, that's not our fight. We ain't really hopping on the banner for that whole immigration thing. And then they'll say, well, there's some Black immigrants too. And the hell does that mean? Well, that's supposed to shame us into jumping up? Hell no. No. We didn't. No. You know who messed that up? All of the tethers who would come in the clubhouse, come in these spaces talking all that shit. You have these melanated immigrants who's supposed to.
All right, I'm gonna end the show today. Right now, let me land everybody. You know, Shabaka, he's just going a little bit too crazy. That nigga's crashing out. But I'm gonna say this. Pan Africanism. This is the problem. This is a problem. You see how Shabaka just got triggered? Had that nigga, I took that nigga's soul. That nigga, I got that nigga all in his feelings right now. I got Black Snow Bunny all in his feelings. Talk about my kids, man. Like, that's how sad y'all niggas is. You can't even, and the thing about it, I was being cordial with y'all today. I didn't make no jokes about you. I didn't make no, and Shabaka, you know I'm gonna kick your back in on Tuesday. So be ready. If you come on this show, I'm gonna let you talk, but I'm gonna kick your fucking back in. You might crash out on me, and you're gonna have one of them old school crash outs on me tomorrow. So I'm gonna say you started it. You ignited the fire, man. So you can't get mad. But this is the problem with Pan Africanism. I can't even trust Shabaka. Shabaka is a what 50-year Pan African. All I ask them is, yo, what has your people, what has your movement done for Black Americans? He got mad, So look at him. There's no nigga. Trusted niggas. Pan Africanism. Pan Africanism is a fucking scam. Y'all was created by the CIA. Y'all was funded by the CIA, Shabaka. What are you talking about? I have done shows on this. I have done 2 shows for you. I done 2 shows for you, and I gave you the proof that they were funded by who? CIA. Where is their location? Where is their headquarters? Lagos, Nigeria. You think I'm just making this shit up? This is why people don't fuck with Pan-Africanism. This is why you are right. There is not that many Pan-Africanists in America. Because people like you're a liar, you're a nigga, and you don't tell the truth. You're very dishonest. You're a liar and a nigga. I have to say it, Shabaka. You're that typical nigga. You're not a brother. You're not a black man. You a nigga. I have to say it. You're the white supremacist stereotype of a black man. When they look at you, that's what they see. And they got a reason too. I know you're gonna crash out on me, but yo, Shabaka, you need to hear this. You lie too much. Let me ask you a question, Shabaka. How many times you've been saying, oh yo, we're building in Africa? We're all about to move to Africa. How many times you have said that? On this show specifically. I could say you said it more than 20 times. Then when I ask you, what are you building? You don't give me a proper answer. They're building everything except fucking buildings and communities. You need to get your shit together like I told you 8 months ago. You and you Pan-Africans, you immigrants need to get y'all fucking shit together. Y'all gotta cut the shit out. Stop the fucking lying. Be honest. But I'm gonna give my shout out to everybody. Shout out to Philly Yachty, Salute Player, Shabaka, Miss Ramirez, Be Active, Fresh Always, Dorsey, Ray Ray, Black Snow Bunny King, and Mr. Know It All. Shout out to Mr. Know It All. I haven't seen you in a while, player. Thank y'all for coming on the show. I have a great show tomorrow. And this nigga's still crashing out. And y'all take care.